Welcome students, we are going to start a new chapter, Ecosystem, lesson number 4. What are species? Well, species is a group of organisms that have the same shape, structure and breed together. In the figure above, fish, frog and water plant are three different species. The surroundings or place where an organism lives is called its habitat. The habitat provides food, shelter, and space to live and reproduce. It means organisms are well adapted to live successfully within their habitats. A population is a number or groups of organisms of the same species that live together in a habitat. That means all the individuals of a species in a habitat make up a population. For example, all foxes living in an area form a population. Another example, all roses growing in an area form another population. And when we have different population coming together, it forms a community. So we can say several species of plants and animals live in the same habitat. They form a community. There is a close interaction between the living or biotic or non-living or abiotic components of the habitat. So, a community is made up of many populations living together in a particular place. All the fishes, frogs, tadpoles, water plants, snails, grass and butterflies made up the community. All the foxes, roses, grasshoppers, snakes, hawks, deer and skunks living in one area each form their individual population but together make up a community. The term ecology was coined by German biologist Ernst Haeckel in 1866. It was derived from Greek word oikos, means house. The term ecosystem, which means environment interaction, was coined by British ecologist A. G. Tinsley in 1935. An ecosystem refers to the community of organisms living in the same habitat together with the non-living environment. All the living organisms and the non-living organisms such as water, soil and air made up an ecosystem. So, an ecosystem is a community of living organisms in a given area or in a habitat interacting with each other and with their non-living environment, that is weather, sun, water, soil, climate and atmosphere. An ecosystem is an open system which requires regular input of energy and circulation of material for the sustenance between its biotic and abiotic components. Therefore, an ecosystem shows three fundamental features: interdependence of biotic and abiotic components on each other. Second, energy flow. Third, cycling or exchange of materials between biotic and abiotic components. The ecosystem can be divided into two main components: biotic component and abiotic component. Ecosystem includes all abiotic and biotic factors in one particular environment. Biotic factors means the living part of an ecosystem. Abiotic factors means the non-living part of an ecosystem. The biotic components of ecosystem are all the life forms, that is plants, animals and microorganisms. They are grouped into producers, consumers and decomposers. They interact and affect each other and also with the abiotic components. Here is an example of cyanobacteria. Well, green plants, blue-green algae, that is cyanobacteria, and some photosynthetic bacteria are producers or autotrophs. They produce food for themselves and for all other members of ecosystem. They capture sun's energy during photosynthesis and convert it into organic food. During photosynthesis, producers also release oxygen in the atmosphere. Oxygen is used by all life forms for respiration and release of energy. Thus, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living beings on the earth. All the nutrients and energy enter the living world through producers. So, Plants are called producers because they make their own food inside themselves. Consumers or heterotrophs. Consumers means eat. Consumers, they obtain food by eating other organisms. They are organisms that consume or eat producers and other consumers to get energy. Example, animals. We have three categories: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. We can also categorize them as primary consumers. Under carnivores, we have secondary consumer and tertiary consumers. We will take up the herbivores or primary consumers first. They are animals which feed on plants or plant products. Herbivores are also called primary consumers or first order consumers. Common examples are rabbit, deer, mouse, goat, sheep, etc. Carnivores, secondary consumers. These are the animals which prey upon herbivores or primary consumers. Carnivores that eat herbivores are called primary carnivores or secondary consumers, like fox, snake, frogs, etc. And the carnivores which prey upon the primary carnivores are called secondary carnivores or tertiary consumers. A snake feeding on a frog or a wolf preying on a fox are secondary carnivores. Omnivores, animals that eat plants as well as animals, are called omnivores. Crow, human beings, bear are examples of omnivores. Here is the pyramid of producers and consumers. Producers are the plants which prepare food for themselves and for all other members of ecosystem. Producers feed the primary consumers. So primary consumers, when they eat the plants, they are the primary consumers. Example, rabbit. And then secondary consumers, they feed upon primary consumers like snakes eating rabbit, frogs. And when snakes are eaten by further other animals, they are called tertiary consumers. Decomposers. Decomposers feed on the remains of other animals, that is on the fecal matter. They play an important role in the ecosystem. By digesting dead matter, they put nutrients back into the soil, making them available to producers. They are the last link in a food chain. Their job is to make sure that none of the energy in an ecosystem is wasted. They break down or decompose any leftover living material and make energy available for other living things like bacteria, fungi, earthworm. They are all examples of decomposers. Food chains always end with decomposers. They release stored energy and allow nutrients from dead organisms to be cycled back into the system. We just learned decomposers attack the dead remains of producers and consumers and degrade the complex organic substances into simpler compounds. And when transformers, they are the special group of bacteria which disintegrate this simple organic substance into inorganic form that are suitable for reuse by producers. Their simple organic matter are then attacked by another kind of bacteria which are called transformers. The transformers which change these organic compounds into the inorganic forms that are suitable for reuse by producers of green plants. The decomposers and transformers play a very important role in maintaining the dynamic nature of ecosystem.